Aldivar, and from the United States, Michael Tate. And introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge from England, John Lewis. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, the World Boxing Super Series Super Middleweight Tournament quarterfinals, scheduled 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Diamond World Championship at Super Middleweight. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Liverpool, England, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks with gold trim, hailing from Nyköping, Sweden, stepping into the super middleweight division for the first time. He weighed in at 76.06 kilograms, or 11 stone, 13 pounds, 11 ounces. With a record of 26 wins, no losses, he has 12 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the number 11 WBC super middleweight contender and the number 4 light heavyweight in the world by the WBO and the IBF. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight making his UK debut, please welcome the undefeated former European light heavyweight champion, introducing Erik Skoglund. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing gold trunks with red trim, fighting out of and proudly representing the renowned boxing family from Liverpool, England. His weight, 76.02 kilograms, or 11 stone, 13 pounds, 9 ounces. He also is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 22 wins, no losses, 17 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the number 2 seed in the World Boxing Super Series. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the British, the European, and the WBC Silver Super Middleweight Champion, introducing the undefeated Callum Smith. Once again, a referee in charge now to give instructions, John Lewis.
Boxers, I'm the referee. I spoke to you both in the dressing room. I obey my commands at all times. You both know the rules. Watch the heads, hit them punches up. And when I shout break, you break clean. And remember, defend yourselves at all times. Shake hands.
So what a moment for Callum Smith. A warm embrace from his coach, Joe Gallagher, as he prepares for his 7th outing here at the Echo Arena in Liverpool, facing off against a fellow unbeaten fighter in the form of Erik Skoglund from Sweden. The quarter-final in the super middleweight division of the World Boxing Super Series is now underway. The first of a scheduled 12 3-minute rounds between undefeated title contenders. Callum Smith, the boxer wearing the red trunks trimmed with gold, representing the city of Liverpool, and the fighting family Smith. The man wearing the blue trunks trimmed with gold is Erik Skoglund. 26 wins out of 26 contests, 12 of them coming inside the distance, making his first outing in the 168-pound super middleweight division tonight. He's been a career-long light heavyweight with a couple of outings at the cruiserweight division as well. First outing of 2017 for both of these men. Callum Smith kept his head bowed during the final instructions from referee John Lewis. So perhaps the height advantage that he enjoys, yes, that he enjoys, because even though he's been operating in the lower weight class for the majority of his career, Callum Smith, a towering 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.91 meters. He gets through with a good reverse 1-2. Right-left combination got Skoglund's attention. Callum Smith has scored 10 first-round stoppages. So Skoglund going to have to be on his guard. He said that he will be wary of the heavy hands that Callum Smith possesses. Callum Smith, he doesn't go looking for those knockouts, but the leverage that he's able to get into the shots is absolutely devastating, either early or late, but a good counter right hand from Skoglund, and that brings a retaliatory response from Callum Smith. Both men with success in the early stages of this opening round. Skoglund bobbing and weaving, circling those hands, trying to keep away from the long tentacle-like arms of Callum Smith. See from that broad back just how comfortably he operates at 168. Good left jab from Skoglund, keeping that left hand rather low, but that's his style. Both men now twitching, feinting, trying to draw that lead that they can counter. Over 2 minutes gone in this opening round. Concentration from both boxers absolute. Skoglund onto the front foot, looking for right hooks around the corner. Callum Smith blocked them effectively enough. Good lateral movement being demonstrated from Skoglund as the boxers exchange jabs. Good left jab from Skoglund once again, and he tried a right hook which almost got behind the right golden glove of Callum Smith. Smith comes back with a straight shot, but again, Skoglund, clear-eyed and alert, able to make the man miss. Closing seconds of this opening round. A round in which Skoglund has navigated the boxing ring very well indeed. Smith now onto the front foot. And the first round in the books.
Come prima, I'm in love.
Jack.
Forever young since 1957.
Fiat 500 range starts from £145 a month plus initial rental.
The Big King got longer. Introducing the Long Big King Burger. 2 flame-grilled burgers, cheese, onions, pickles and Big King sauce on a long bun with free fries for only $1.99. Only at Burger King.
10 seconds bonus. Seconds out, round 2.
Into the second round then, and immediately Skoglund back out onto centre ring and pumping that left jab incessantly. Smith responding with his own shot now of the straight variety. Coming into this contest, Callum Smith had faced 3 men with perfect records, and none of them had made it out of the opening round. Erik Skoglund has done so here tonight. His perfect 26-0 ledger on the line. Good right hand to the body from Smith. Skoglund trying to quicken the feet behind a double jab, but Smith engaged reverse gear to cause the man to fall short. That nickname Mundo and the glittering red letters on the waistband of Callum Smith. Spanish for world, of course. That's a wonderful left jab from Skoglund. Callum Smith, the quiet one of the 4 Smith fighting brothers, but they spilled the beans with regard to that nickname. Doesn't mean anything to do with all world or world-class talent. They said, moreover, it's because he was crazy about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when he was a kid. One of them was named Callum Mundo, and they shortened that to Mundo as he goes to work with a good right hand to the body. Skoglund trying to fight his way off the strands. Smith keeping him pinned there. Left hook that he tried upstairs wasn't too far away. Skoglund away from the ropes now into the space of the ring, up on his toes, navigating the ring nicely. And he conceded himself, Erik Skoglund, that he wasn't sure how much hand speed and strength he was going to bring down to this, his first outing at 168. But he's had 9 months of cutting weight, getting himself ready, doing it gradually. He too, as he makes Smith miss once again with nice movement from the waist and up on his toes, using his legs effectively. But his boxing operation too, very much a family affair. Smith falls short with the right hand once again. Hasn't yet found the range. Remember, it's the first outing of 2017 for both of these men. But his girlfriend Angelica is his nutritionist. His father Johan, that's a good right hand from Smith. His father Johan is his trainer and chief cut man. and his older brother helps out with the training regime as well. Just like Callum Smith, it was Skoglund who followed his brother down to the boxing gym. By his own admission, it was his brother who was the talented one. His brother suffered with injuries. Smith just glanced at him with a right hand there before going down with a left hand to the body. Skoglund's elder brother suffered with injuries and was distracted in his crucial teenage years, where he said he was willing to pay the price. Second round completed.
Even when some things change, some things never change.
Get a free screen replacement when you buy the latest phones. O2, more for you.
10 seconds for it. Just step back and counter with the right hand. Okay, something. Seconds out, round 3.
Shot from another angle. Into the third round we go then, and both men coming out purposefully with hard ramrod straight lefts to begin this third stanza. Callum Smith made his pro debut in 2012 after missing out on Olympic selection when he tried out for the GB squad, where he was a member of that program for such a long time, up at 81 kilograms. Made it through to the final qualification tournament. He gets through with a hard left jab, tries to follow up, but again, the wheels of Erik Skoglund working effectively. Oh, that was a speculative right uppercut. That missed from Smith, but the follow-up right hand got through. And now tucking up on a rope just above our commentary position is Erik Skoglund. But again, he appears to be unfazed by that shot. Callum Smith missed out on Olympic qualification up at 81 kilograms at the final qualifier in Trabzon in Turkey. Desperately unlucky to be declared a points loser in that contest. So with his Olympic dream extinguished, he decided to turn over to the professional ranks, and what a career it's been as he lands with a cracking right hand that again catches Skoglund. Skoglund standing square on, tries a left uppercut before engaging reverse gear, but Smith just beginning to find his range now with that long right hand that is loaded with leverage. Drawing Skoglund onto the front foot. Skoglund bobbing and weaving, fidgeting his way in, and he comes through with an arcing right hand. Smith holds on after getting himself off the ropes, and now it's Smith who is in centre ring. Good left jab from Skoglund. Just beyond the midpoint of this third round, Skoglund increasingly finding himself on the ropes. Hard left hand to the body of Smith wasn't too far away. Then Skoglund twitching, feinting, trying to draw that lead he can counter. The right hand was partially blocked, but it still had enough force just to cause Smith to back up a little bit as he comes forward behind multiple jabs. The final one did get through. Trying a lead left hook was Smith, but it fell short. Counter left jab in effect once again from Skoglund. Skoglund has sparred the tournament #1 seed in the super middleweight bracket, that is George Groves. Rumours on the boxing grapevine suggest that he did very well during those spars. All he would say about the training sessions is that they both learned a great deal from them. But he feels stylistically he matches up very well with George Groves. Remember, it's an all-domestic affair for George Groves against Jamie Cox on October 14th at Wembley Arena. Here and now.
We just have to be patient. Alright, be patient. He's knocking his own self out, see. And what did we say? Just got to look for the right hook. You have to keep stepping back all the time, making forward. Sooner or later then, when he comes to that right hook, stand it down, take it, and let that right uppercut go. When you go into the body, what they say to that left foot body, looking for the left uppercut, yeah. And your right hook, you've got to throw it lower.
Du kör ju upp sig lite grann när du kommer, även om du kontrar honom bra, även efter ringrepen och sådär. Så är det då han får chansen liksom, när du kommer där in mot repen. Men då försöker inte undvika det till varje pris.
Some success to the body. Skoglund with a speculative left hook upstairs.
10 seconds corners.
Gamble's son, alright? And then he'll walk into things. Come shield, please.
Seconds out. Round 4.
So into the 4th round we go. First quarter-final in the middleweight division of the World Boxing Super Series. The Muhammad Ali Trophy at stake. For Erik Skoglund, who began boxing at the age of 11, Muhammad Ali was such an inspirational figure to him. His house where he was living at that time, his father attached a heavy bag to a tree that was in the guard. Right hand wasn't too far away from Smith. He said when he would train in that yard on the heavy bag after a run during the long Swedish summer nights, he gets through with a good left hand. He'd have to beware of falling apples from the tree that the heavy bag was attached to. Here he's got to be mindful of the bombs that Callum Smith possesses in both his left and right fist, but he's acquitting himself very well so far. Left jab attempted by Smith wasn't too far away. Skoglund, after a bright opening round, hasn't been as precise as he was during that first 3 minutes as Callum Smith has settled to a rhythm. He's still competitive up there in the ring, though, is Skoglund, competing in his 8th scheduled 12-rounder tonight. He's gone to championship court 5 times. He's fighting effectively off the ropes. Smith loading up with big punches. The final locking right hand was short by some distance. Callum Smith completed the 12-round distance on 2 occasions, boxing in his 7th scheduled championship distance bout tonight. 88% knockout ratio for Callum Smith. As Joe Gallagher pointed out in the lead-up to this contest, his 10 first-round knockouts attest that he was heavy-handed early. He also stopped Luke Blackledge in his most recent outing in the 10th round of that contest. Oh, that's a good right hand, and it drives Skoglund back. The same shot followed up. Skoglund, though, claims his man and just allows his head to clear. Just under a minute to go in the 4th round. That was a terrific long-range right, and now a left hook crashes through the guard of Erik Skoglund. And again, Skoglund, his movement just appearing to slow a little bit, and he's keen to hold on to his man and prevent him from working away. 30 seconds to go in round number 4. Callum Smith has unloaded some quality punches from both the left and the right flank, but Skoglund, though, stepping back into the pocket, perhaps trying to make an impression in the mind of the judges. He gets through with a good right hand that jolts the head of Callum Smith. Smith moving backwards and to his left, now getting behind his own left jab once more. Trying a counter right hand was Smith, but both shots fell long before that one was short. Closing seconds of the 4th round, a very good round for Callum Smith.
Enjoy Anton Deck's Saturday night takeaway online slot game, exclusively at 32red.com.
Welcome to Up Next Saturday Night Takeaway,
featuring Ant vs Deck free spins and the amazing Win the Ads bonus feature.
It's time to play Win the Ads.
Play online, on mobile and on tablet. Get £10 free when you join 32red.com, where you're the big deal.
The new IKEA catalogue, full of ideas to help you relax and recharge. Search IKEA catalogue or pick up a copy in store.
10 seconds, corners. Seconds out, round 5.
Well, it's some team that Callum Smith has got assembled over in that blue corner. Former Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year, Joe Gallagher, on the inside issuing the instructions. Mick the Rub Williamson's the white-haired gentleman tending to any cuts and abrasions that may appear on the face of Callum Smith, and he's got the former world champion Anthony Croller from Manchester, holding the towel and the spit bucket. 5th round of this contest that is scheduled for 12. Wonderful left jab on the back foot from Callum Smith. Callum's father, Paul Sr., is here in attendance at the Echo Arena tonight. Good left jab from Skoglund. Good right hand, and now Callum Smith covering up after taking that right cross from Skoglund. Skoglund encouraged by that. And it's a bloody nose for Callum Smith. Peering between high-held gloves now. And that will no doubt inspire Erik Skoglund, and he'll look to target that damaged area even more. Just over a minute gone in this fifth frame. But a good right hand for Skoglund, and that's a cracking right uppercut underneath. It brings about a contemptuous grin from Callum Smith, who's remaining concentrated and poised, but more straight shot success for Erik Skoglund. Big moments of the round for the Swedish fighter. And he's continuing to work effectively behind a jolting left jab. There's the same shot in evidence once more. Callum Smith comes back with a right hand around the corner. Blood continuing to trickle from the nose of Callum Smith. And John Lewis coming between the two men as they exchange straight shots once again. Beautiful counter left hook from Skoglund. And he's having a very good round so far in this fifth frame. Callum Smith, just perhaps the way he's boxing, demonstrating plenty of patience, but just perhaps wants to make it back to the corner to get that nose checked out. There's another left jab that he has to eat. He comes back with the same shot of his own. But Skoglund now, clearly inspired by the success that he's having. 1-2 combination was short as the right hand was blocked by the left glove of Smith. Beautiful left hand once again, and the same shot once more. And he's causing Smith to become a little bit disorganized. His defense is becoming leaky. Trying a speculative right hand on the back foot. But Skoglund having a terrific portion of the round. Left hook and right hook around the corner for Skoglund. And a wonderful left jab before Smith comes back with a right hand of his own. There's a left jab in evidence once more. And so far in this round, Callum Smith hasn't been able to avoid that weapon from Skoglund.
With less waiting and more action, Zoom Poker is fast. Play Zoom with Usain Bolt edition, only at PokerStars.
10 seconds, corners. Seconds out, round 6.
Oh, the 6th round finally underway after a rather tardy exit from the blue corner by Callum Smith's team. Now Erik Skoglund looking to continue the momentum that he built up in the 5th round. His left jab was terrific, and he's getting to work with it once again. Callum Smith, the taller, longer fighter with the greater reach, but he's been unable to negate that weapon for the previous 3 minutes, and Skoglund looking to establish it once again. Joe Gallagher with clear instruction to his man that he's not to be raggy, he's got to be tighter and demonstrate the type of work he was showing during camp. See the word autism embossed on the back of Callum Smith's shorts, because he has a younger sister who has autism, and so he and his brothers, he lands a good right hand, and then hooks being traded on the inside. Callum and his fighting brothers, Paul, Liam and Stephen, all wear their trunks with the word autism embossed on it as Skoglund gets through with another left jab in an effort to raise awareness. Good left hand to the body from Skoglund. And in this, his first outing at the 168-pound super middleweight limit, he's acquitting himself very well indeed. Callum Smith opined that being a career-long light heavyweight, that's a good right hand from Callum Smith, as the two boxers exchange jabs once again. But he suggested that he would take a good shot. And again, look at that beautiful left hand from Skoglund. Wonderful timing on that shot, because it's not, with no disrespect intended to Skoglund, it's not coming with blazing speed, but it's been delivered with terrific technique and timing. Callum Smith falling short with the right hand. He was almost countered by Skoglund once again. 2 minutes gone in the 6th round. Skoglund with a chopping right hook underneath. Both boxers, well, they've put an awful lot of work into these opening 6 rounds. But the technique still remaining tidy. Left hook around the corner with a cutting little shot from Callum Smith. Double left hook was blocked by the right glove of Skoglund, as Skoglund gets through with the left hand once again. Smith with his hands down around his pecs rather than on his chin. Skoglund appearing very fresh as he remains on the front foot, trying to push his man backwards. Long left jab to the body is a nice shot from Smith.
Changing every day, every possible way. Then I open up and see the person falling here is me.
Made with care, handled with care, delivered with care. That's what dreams are made of. End of season sale ends Tuesday.
The Big King got longer. Introducing the Long Big King Burger. 2 flame-grilled burgers, cheese, onions, pickles and Big King sauce on a long bun, with free fries for only $1.99. Only at Burger King.
But you've got to return
10 seconds, corners.
Flip it and counter with a right uppercut or a right hand. Jamie? Yeah? Switch on now, yeah? Okay.
Seconds out, round 7.
Contest. So 6 rounds completed, a scheduled 6th round to go. This battle for the WBC Diamond Belt between 2 undefeated contenders. Callum Smith, the WBC #1 ranked contender, competing in his 23rd professional contest tonight, something of a knockout artist, and he gets through with a good right hand over the top, then turned an uppercut underneath, targeting the body with that left jab, but then a left jab with a successful shot upstairs for Erik Skoglund, and there's the same shot once again. And the head movement of Callum Smith simply cannot evade that shot. There it is. Nice movement to his left, caused it to sail over his shoulder, and perhaps he's beginning to make an adjustment to cause that shot to be wide of the mark. But Skoglund back on it once again, snapping it out like a riding crop directly into the face of Callum Smith. Good jab to the body. Callum Smith taking on the instruction. Left uppercut underneath wasn't too far away from Smith. But Skoglund remaining in his own punching range. He's always moving, giving him angles, twitching at the shoulders, moving at the waist. Incremental steps both in and out. Meaning it's very difficult for Callum Smith to settle. He established a wonderful rhythm in rounds 2 and 3, did Callum Smith, and 4 for that matter. But then it's Skoglund who's begun to get to work with his trusty left jab. Left hook wasn't too far away. Left jab again from Skoglund, countered by a straight shot from Smith. And we mentioned the fact that Skoglund's first 22 fights were on the road. Then, in September 2015, he finally had a fight in his hometown over the championship distance. He was ringside to commentate on that contest against Alexander Sherbiak. The arena in Nyköping won on a unanimous 12-round decision, and that was the first 12-round championship contest fought in Sweden, as Smith gets through with a good right hand. Jimmy Ellis and Floyd Patterson fought way back in '68. Nice footwork from Skoglund. his man got Callum Smith on the ropes and he tried to work away with his free hand. 36 seconds to go in this 7th round. Callum Smith looks a little bit indecisive up there in the boxing ring. Skoglund appears to be clear in his intent, and again it's built up off that left jab which he just scored with there. Callum Smith not really the aggressor and not really counter-punching with any consistent, sustained success. Having moments of success to be sure, but perhaps just caught in two minds as to what his game plan should be. There's a good left jab from Smith to end the round.
To force them big exchanges, Callum, you're loading up here up close, and you're loading up in the middle.
Yeah, feel tight when they're close.
Yeah, look, listen, and that left up to body, he's always looking for the left up counter. You know that as well, he's alright up there. So you get all close.
Riktigt bra fotboll. Och träffa han så in i helvete i den här kampen där med min uppercut, kroken. Tog sig in i helvete. Det föll jättebra. Men det är bara fortsatt.
Släppa loss höger lite mer.
Hit this right hand side and roll your head afterwards, alright? Okay? Yeah, don't get ragged, you're pulling
So
it out.
Joe Gallagher reminding Callum Smith of what he needs to do, not just concentrate on the offense, but bring that right hand back tight and roll as well. Some of the action of the 7th round.
Yeah, doing it, yeah. Okay.
Seconds out, round 8.
As we go into the 8th round, this a keenly contested contest. In the first quarter-final of the super middleweight division, as Skoglund has more success with the jab once again. Callum Smith again eats another jab, and he's having a really difficult time either blocking or slipping or avoiding that shot. And he's continuing to pile up points for Skoglund. Smith gets through with a good left jab of his own. Again, appearing as though he's having just a little bit of difficulty breathing. His mouth opening and closing as he takes in oxygen. Remember, he suffered a damaged nose, which Mick the Rub Williamson has done a good job on to stop the flow of bleeding. Pure speculation, of course, but has he suffered a fracture to that nose? See him breathing through an open mouth, although his legs appear to be sharp enough. Doesn't appear to be fatigue he's suffering from, maybe just having a little bit of difficulty breathing. Good right hand from Callum Smith. Skoglund, no. Doesn't appear to be buzzed by it and gets back behind his jab. You see Callum Smith catching that shot on that occasion. Callum Smith performed the public workout along with Skoglund at the Rotunda Boxing Club. That's where he followed his 3 older brothers to the boxing gym. He was around 9 years of age. He was down there messing around, giving his dad a headache. Paul Sr. trying to keep an eye on him, till he then started to take it seriously at around the age of 11. Of course, that unprecedented success as Paul, Stephen, Liam and Callum all claimed British titles. Skoglund too, former European champion, and he too had a glittering amateur career domestically. Fought Badu Jack in the Swedish Elite National Championships. Lost a decision as Smith gets through with a good left hook, but then Skoglund comes back with a wonderful left jab. Now has Skoglund's nose suffered damage? The trace of blood around his nostrils. Just under a minute to go in this 8th round. Right hand success once again from Callum Smith. There was a left uppercut that wasn't too far away just before it. Crisp punching as Smith goes for the left uppercut once again. Nice movement from the knees. Dipping at the knees and then swaying at the waist, Skoglund, to avoid the offense coming in his direction from Smith. And once again, we're witnessing a cracking contest, a competitive affair in the World Boxing Super Series. Callum Smith, the number 2 seed, selected Skoglund, not because he thought he was an easy touch, but he thought that stylistically, the style that Skoglund brings to the boxing ring would present the best matchup for him and allow him to showcase his skills, but he's got his hands full here as the 8th round comes to a close.
Everything you love about Earth is gone. 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 We have to fight for what's left. And by we, I mean you. So it's time to bring out the big guns. It's not a metaphor, guys. Go grab some big guns.
Destiny 2, available now. For the players.
The big casino experience is right at your fingertips with Ladbrokes Casino. Tilt, tap and swipe your way to our massive jackpots and enjoy mobile gaming at its best. Join tonight and get a free £10 slots bonus. When the fun stops, stop.
Seconds corners.
Hands up, Callum. Control. Listen, sharp 1, 2. Careful.
Seconds out. Round 9.
Uppercut success, and then a left jab from Callum Smith to begin this 9th round as we see the punch numbers through round 8. Very little in it, but Callum Smith with some heavy shots landed in that round. Very solid indeed as he managed to get leverage into the punches. The winner of this quarter-final will face the winner of Jürgen Bremer, Rob Brandt. That was just confirmed this week for Friday the 27th of October. Of course, there's still a long way to go in this contest yet. For what it's worth, I've got Callum Smith just ahead, but there is very little in it. Remember the 3 scoring judges ringside, John Keane, Michael Tate of the USA, and Ernesto Saldivar. And remember, if this contest is declared a draw, because we're in tournament format boxing, there's been a slight tweak to the unified rules, and a 4th judge who's scoring this contest, his scorecard will be brought into consideration. That's Andreas Sternberg from Sweden. And if that still doesn't produce a winner on the scorecards, we then go to a countback system as the boxers continue to exchange jabs. And the countback system, well, it simply goes backwards round by round. So whoever is judged to have won the 12th round will be declared the winner on countback. Oh, that's a wonderful left jab from Smith. Skoglund trying to find his own straight shot, but Smith now beginning to make him miss. So whatever happens tonight, if we go to the scorecards, we will have a boxer progressing. Even if it's a draw, as Smith gets through with a wonderful 1-2. Rematch may take place outside of the tournament, of course, if it is adjudged to be a draw, but somebody will be progressing through to the final 4 tonight. Hard-fought contest, this one. The conditioning of both boxers has to be admired because they're remaining sharp with their punch picking and their tactics. Skoglund fires a right hook with Smith on the ropes. He just steals a furtive glance over the strands to his blue corner. Final 30 seconds of this 9th round. Good left hook to the body, and that causes Skoglund to drop his hands. Wonderful shot from Smith. He gets onto the front foot now. Just a trace of a swelling beginning to develop beneath the right eye of Callum Smith. Both men damaged around the nose, giving you an indication as to just how hard fought this quarter-final in the World Boxing Super Series is.
He's come down on his feet, and when he comes now, he's coming out as quick, alright? It's an opportunity for the jab, boom, boom, 1, 2. I mean, he just walks to the corner, just go to 1, 2. But don't look at Callum, jab on ball, he had it in the right hand. It's nice, you know,
the power punches through round number 9. Callum Smith with the heavier leather unloaded during the course of that 9th stanza. Miami, that was enough to give him the round.
Seconds corners.
Building up a little bit of momentum here. Good middle passage to the contest. Round 5, 6, and 7 for Skoglund. Skoglund firing a hard right hand, trying to land some power punches to begin this 10th round. But he gets back behind a weapon that has been so effective for him all contest long. two undefeated fighters putting their perfect record on the line. Just see Smith blinking a little bit. One wonders whether his vision is perhaps just a little bit obscured or affected by that swelling beginning to develop beneath his right eye. But he's remaining focused and working effectively behind his own long straight shot, just shaking out his arms. Perhaps the lactate building up deep into this contest. Skoglund continuing his advance. Callum Smith just holding his feet momentarily as he tried to land a counter left jab but couldn't get through. Retreats to the ropes, but Skoglund can't take advantage. Caught a glimpse in between rounds of a young lady seated ringside. That's Erik Skoglund's girlfriend, Angelica Sostet. She serves as his nutritionist. Beat together considerable time now as Smith lands a good left hand to the body. During the relationship, Skoglund effectively became a stepfather at the age of 18. Instead, it's been working out well. Smith now just beginning to look for heavier punches once again after Skoglund became disorganized after taking that body shot. There's a good left jab from Smith, but now Skoglund back into the breach behind a 1-2 combination. The round in which Callum Smith scored a knockout in his last outing over Luke Skoglund, where over Luke Blackledge, where a left hook did the damage. With Gallagher saying that he carries fight-ending power. That's a wonderful left jab. It snaked upwards on an upward trajectory and jolted the head back of Erik Skoglund. But Skoglund, who's continuing to box up on his toes and his movements remaining good. He was caught by a counter right hand there, but he comes back with the most basic shot in the book once again. Smith targeting the body. Then he continues to sniff and try to get some oxygen up through those nostrils. Both boxers suffered damage to the nose. They're still continuing to fight. Oh, that's a terrific straight shot from Skoglund just before the bell.
Good. Listen, switch on, you were close in that round, easy, you call the body shot, you turn the screw a little bit, alright, okay, but then you're allowing him touching these jabs and touching these jabs. You know he's chasing the fight, he's getting a bollocking, and he's got to come and gamble, he's got to come with his right hooks. Step back, catch now and let the right one.
Apologies if you heard some colourful language over in the corner, but Joe Gallagher getting his points across to Callum Smith. No uncertain terms, telling him that he's got to concentrate. A round in which he was doing very well. He let Skoglund enjoy some success with his left jabs. Here's some of the heavy punches. That was the peach of a left hook to the body from Callum Smith. Skoglund noticeably backed away.
Seconds out.
There's a terrific left jab from Skoglund that Joe Gallagher was referring to. Going to the championship rounds then. Callum Smith with an edge in power punches landed through this portion of the contest, according to the statisticians following these things. Erik Skoglund's jab has been terrific. About the fourth round on, he began to have success with that shot, but now Callum Smith beginning to open up. Left hook success during that combination. Skoglund demonstrating a sturdy set of whiskers. Whatever he's been hit with, oh, but that right hand has caused him to become disorganized, and he's totted backwards across the ring. Callum Smith has dropped him with a left hook. Skoglund took a knee, just allowing his senses to clear. He's up on his feet. Referee Ian John Lewis issuing the mandatory 8 count. Now he got off the floor against the veteran Lalenga Mob to win the contest, but Callum Smith has proved to be a merciless finisher when he has his man going. Skoglund on the floor in the 11th round, now fighting back, but Callum Smith teeing off with left hooks, and a right hook's a successful shot as well. Smith onto the front foot, advancing, walking down his man. Skoglund looking to hold on, just beyond the midpoint of the 11th round. Cracking left hook, causes Skoglund to tutter backwards. But still, he's trying to fight his way off the ropes, but he's sitting square on the ropes, presenting a maximal size target for Callum Smith. Smith demonstrating patience. Skoglund increases the distance, skitting away and to his left. Could be walking into that right hand, that vaunted right hand from Callum Smith, and he almost did there. Has he weathered the crisis? Has he survived the storm? But Callum Smith closes the distance once again, going behind a left hook. Right hand is a good shot from Callum Smith. 45 seconds to go in round number 11. Skoglund on the floor for the second time in his career. But he's demonstrating his resolve and his desire to have his hand raised. But this is going to be a big round for Callum Smith, barring Skoglund doing something drastic in these closing seconds. So Smith now just remaining patient. And Skoglund has weathered the storm. Perhaps over the worst, but then he's walked into a thunderous left hook. Smith with his hands down by his belt line, perhaps trying to change the angle of attack to confuse Skoglund. But Skoglund has weathered the storm, survived the crisis, and heard the bell to conclude the 11th round.
Deep breath, wipe his finger. Got blood inside, wipe his eyes. I was looking at you when I dropped him then. I carry over your face.
Får chansen där, så då ger du det som finns kvar. Så stoppar honom.
Well, those round 11 power punches.
Touch gloves, okay.
Callum Smith doing damage with a right hand, then a left hook. That sent Skoglund down to the canvas. Wonderful left jab. There was the counter right cross, an absolute beauty. And look at how it caused Skoglund's legs to betray him. But he gets his man in this type of trouble. Callum Smith, there's the left hook. That caused Skoglund to take a knee. But he survived the round. Nice to see that warm embrace between these two warriors as we go into the 12th and final round. Callum Smith, remember, has completed the championship course on 2 occasions, in his 15th contest and 17th contest. Here in fight number 23, that could well be on the court cards, because Skoglund appears to have recovered well. But Callum Smith demonstrated his vaunted power during the course of that 11th round with a wonderful long right cross. Gets so much leverage into the shots. It's a marvel to many people that he can still make the 168 super middleweight limit at that towering frame of 6'3". He appears strong, he appears solid, like so many broad-shouldered, relatively spindly boxers who came before him. He gets a tremendous amount of leverage into his shots, which is how he has racked up that 88% knockout ratio. Drops Skoglund for the second time in his career in that 11th stanza. And for my money, well, Callum Smith is on the cusp of having his hand raised here as the victor in this World Boxing Super Series quarter-final. But he's got to remain concentrated. There's a good right hand once again, but Skoglund comes back with the same shot. Erik Skoglund, well, it's a contest where he has announced his talent to a global audience here at the Echo Arena in Liverpool. Fighting in the UK for the very first time. Remember, his first 22 fights were away from home. 4 fights on the spin in Sweden prior to this one. But he's demonstrated at the lower poundage of 168 that he's a very good competitor. And Callum Smith just backing away, playing it safe. Now remember, in the event that this did go to count back, I don't think that it will, so perhaps what I'm about to say is academic. There's a wonderful right hand once again from Smith. But if it did go to count back, and the 4th judge in evidence here couldn't break the deadlock, then count back is scored from the 12th round. That's the first round where they would look to define a clear winner of this 3-minute session to ensure that there's no coasting in the closing stages, even though a boxer may appear to be well ahead. So Skoglund takes another good right hand, and that brings a smile from Smith as the two men exchange a sporting touch of gloves as if to say, yeah, you got me with that one. Contest being fought in a terrific spirit, but time not on Erik Skoglund's side, and surely it is Callum Smith who's going to ascend to the WBC Diamond Belt. Smith and Skoglund exchange a warm embrace after a terrific tussle over the championship distance of 12 3-minute rounds. But Callum Smith raises his arms and acknowledges the vocal support he's received from every spectator here in the Echo Arena, competing here for the 7th time tonight. And he has just competed in the hardest contest of his career. Erik Skoglund has acquitted himself absolutely fantastically, dropping 7 pounds from the 175 light heavyweight limit down to 168. There's Nissa Sauerland congratulating Joe Gallagher and Mick the Rub Williamson. There's Paul Smith, former world title